Hey guys, good news here. National Assembly Speaker Mapisa Nqakula resigns amid corruption allegations. This indeed is great news for what it's worth for our democracy. However, the question is why was she allowed to resign and she's not been imprisoned? But let's read the story. Mapisa Nqakula says this decision was made to dedicate her time to fighting allegations against her, and this is not an admission of guilt. Obviously, Mapisa Nqakula announced this afternoon she's quitting the House with immediate effect. Her resignation comes just a day after she lost a bid in the High Court to ward off being taken into custody over allegations she received kickbacks on tenders when she was the Minister of Defense. What are the probabilities that a highly ranked comrade of the African National Congress has received kickbacks on tenders? Out of 5, I think it's 5. Out of 10, 10. Out of 100, 100. I wonder what is she talking about. Mapisa Nqakula has been an MP for 30 years. Can you imagine that? She's held various ministerial portfolios, including Home Affairs, Correctional Services, and Defense. And herein lies our problem. Herein lies our problem that our government does not rotate ministers. As a result, there's a lot of familiarity with the system, with the service providers. Hence, it's easy for them to take kickbacks. She had been the speaker for 2.5 years. In a statement on her resignation, Mapisa Nqakula says she's taken the decision to uphold the integrity and sanctity of Parliament. Sometimes I ask myself if these politicians know what the meaning of the words that they use actually means. She adds, given the seriousness of the allegations against her, she could not continue in the role. Obviously, Mapisa Nqakula has been under mounting pressure from opposition parties to resign or face a motion of no confidence tabled by the Democratic Alliance. Of course, that would have been a fruitless exercise. You know how the ANC uses its majority, the tyranny, what I call the tyranny of majority, like they did with Phala, where they didn't allow a report to be tabled before Parliament. They would have done the same thing here because this woman is their comrade. She says she will clear her name of the allegations in the appropriate forum when the time is right. Well, we're looking forward to that. Although she was not due to return to public service after May elections, the 67-year-old Mapisa Nqakula says she remains a dedicated member of the African National Congress. Okay, we've long called for Ramaphosa to resign. Did I say Ramaphosa? My goodness, unbelievable. My love for Ramaphosa is blinding me. Listen to this. We have long called for Mapisa Nqakula to resign. Meanwhile, the Democratic Alliance says it welcomes the long overdue resignation of Mapisa Nqakula as Speaker of the National Assembly. This comes hot on the heels of her losing a court bid to interdict her pending arrest. Mapisa Nqakula, who's facing multiple charges of corruption and money laundering stemming from her time as Defense Minister, has quit as both Speaker and a Member of Parliament. Last week, the DA proposed a motion of no confidence against the Speaker. We've long called for her to resign because we believe that the allegations that she's facing are serious and, of course, have put the good name of Parliament in jeopardy over the past couple of weeks. And we are now hoping the Ethics Committee, which is busy with this matter, will continue to do so, said the DA Chief Whip, Siviwe Gwarube. ANC laws Mapisa Nqakula's commitment to maintain party's image. Here comes the comrades. Here comes the comrades. At the same time, the ANC has praised Mapisa Nqakula for stepping down before being instructed to step aside over graft allegations, as though they were going to instruct him. The governing party, in short statement, confirmed that she submitted a resignation letter to the office of its Secretary General, Fikile Mbalula. It claims Mapisa Nqakula's resignation was to protect reputation of the former liberation movement. I wonder what reputation is this when all the MPs, according to Fikile Mbalula, lied and said a swimming pool was a fire pool. Where was the reputation of the movement then? ANC spokesperson Mahlengi Bengu Mutsiri says the party values Mapisa Nqakula's commitment to maintaining the image of the party. Okay. What do you guys think? Do you think this is timely resignation? Do you think perhaps she should have done this early? I think she should have, but give me your opinion down below. But I think this is good riddance to bad rubbish. There's a lot more where this came from. I would that the African National Congress will take a cue. All the leaders, including Ramaphosa, the chief thief, or rather the commander of these thieves. I would that he would take the cue from Mapisa Nqakula and resign himself. It would be the best. What would be the best thing to happen to this country is if the entire cabinet of the African National Congress, of Ramaphosa, were to resign, and all the so-called deputy president, and the NEC members of the ANC were to resign, and they allow fresh blood to ascend to the fore, because I am very suspicious about the outcome of the upcoming elections. Not because I believe they would be stolen. No, I don't believe that. I think it's very difficult to steal South African elections by reason of how elections are done in this country and the controls that are in place. But I do think that South Africans are, how can I say, loyal because of the 350, the 510, all the different grants that the ANC has been giving to the people. But this is great news for South Africa, that Mapisa Nqakula has resigned. But what I do not understand is why she's still not been arrested. I learned that this morning she presented herself to the police here in Centurion. I'm not quite sure how true that statement is, because there's been conflicting statements from the mainstream media about her whereabouts and whether or not she's presented herself. But you tell me, what do you think about this? I think this is a great achievement. I guess you would call it an achievement of our democracy. It demonstrates that our democracy is still functional, isn't it? Well, your opinion is important. You tell me what you think.